Greetings, Cancer out there. Thank you for joining me at the Lightroom Forecast. Today we're doing a general reading for all Cancers. Do check out if you know your rising moon, Venus and Jupiter, what those planets are in, because it can be quite helpful to look at certainly the moon and your ascendant. And these readings are general, but we're doing a modified Celtic cross, and it is a build-up at this juncture. You know, the full moon in Virgo is on the 27th, so it's not too far away. So let's see what's happening. We're doing a slightly shortened Celtic cross and going through to clarify. So let's see what the central situation is at the moment for beautiful Cancers. We've got two cards popping out. The crossing card, and we'll get a card for the basis of the situation for Cancer right now. We'll just have a quick look at this and we'll go through and keep shuffling the recent, past, what's behind you, where you are right now, and moving forward. And the central point of this, which is a circle, we have the beautiful, just stunning card of the universe. We have everything here. It is about new cycles. It's a portal, a new beginning. We're entering here. Lovely Cancer. Crossing the universe, the world. And it is the beginning. It is the beginning of a new cycle. Crossing the world, we have the Hierophant. Now, at some point, it would appear that we have, and I'm talking we, because it works for me. We, Cancer, have been given some information, some spiritual information has come through with the Hierophant in the Thoth deck. This is the Hierophant. Many describe or look to the Hierophant as a card of government, church, community, councils, things of that nature, the establishment. I look at it more as being given learning or being given access to some information and some spiritual information, which is for you to utilize as you see fit. The basis of this, we get the Two of Swords. The twos are all about making choices, I suppose. I mean, everything's about making choices. But here we see the two swords. We see the new moon above. We often see, this is the Thoth deck of course, but we often see in other decks the woman bound, blindfolded, and she has two swords. She's making, it's not just one, she's making a decision that is based on her intuitive faculties, not on what she sees around her. It's as if we're going in blind here to this new cycle, and let's face it, often it is like that, but we've been given this and we've been open to it for a reason. This is interesting. This is big. It's big stuff here. So what's been going on recently? What's behind you, Cancer? What's behind you here when we see that you are in the process of making a decision based on your intuition, your internal guidance, as opposed to what you're seeing going on around you recently or what's past. We'll move through reasonably quickly here, and then we'll come back to clarify recent past. A gift, a divine gift, I would suggest somehow associated with the Hierophant. A divine gift in the material sense that has not been seen in form yet, but will be. This is a gift, and we need to keep our eyes open. But we also need to keep our ears open, don't we? The aces come through the crown, down through the tree, and appear over time, coming out in form. And ultimately, once we get to a 10, a 9 or a 10, they present on the boughs of the tree. This is a gift. This is formless energy. But nevertheless, it's a gift to be seen and utilized. And I do see that as being part of the visitation of this spiritual information, spiritual into the material world. Maybe you're involved in working with in certain fields of, spirituality, or even psychology, or analysis, or creative arts, anything. Let's see. We know it's a new cycle, that's for sure, and it's looking pretty promising. So currently, Cancer, current position, which is pretty amazing. We have the man with the deep purse, or the woman, no gender here. We get the Six of Discs, a card of reciprocity is the word, but it is a card of generosity without agenda. It's knowing that desire to give to others is always like water, will always come back to you in some form, some shape or form. Of course, it's a disc, so it is about material, substance, generosity, but that can be in terms of the heart as much as the coin. There's a feeling of a decision being made in terms of not only yourself, beautiful Cancer, but in service of others. And when I say that, we get the Three of Cups popping out, a card of celebration, of joining together with people, with community, to enjoy and to celebrate. Moving forward for Cancer today, getting a few too many coming out. So it's very interesting. We're always somewhere within, at the beginning, in the middle, or whatever, of a new cycle, aren't we? Life's all about cycles. There's very much a is it a balancing of how much you can give? You're sort of balancing that out. The Six of Discs, being a 6 as well, is at the point of perfect balance on the tree of life. It's a very harmonious level. Harmonious, beautiful level of balance. I think if you were questioning how much you can give, and whether it's even in your career or something, I do get that. I think you've understood. You've understood something. Moving forward, we have the Princess of Wands, and stunning, amazing princess. This is like a kind of purification. She is blasting through her own self-limitations, through the boundaries of old that were there. She is flinging off anything that was holding her back. And this leopard creature here, representative of the self-imposed burdens, I guess. She's blasting through, a creative dynamo. I mean, I do hear, it is a card of, I do hear the word redemption, or I don't know whether I just hear that word. It is a purification through fire, through passion, through will. And we see an altar with roses, a flame. It's just an incredibly passionate card as well as understanding that, you can move, you can, shackles be gone, hurdles, poof. Really moving ahead fast with this new understanding. It is a new understanding. And it goes beyond, and what I see here, it goes beyond the material, because you're working obviously within yourself, but you're working with some pretty cosmic, sort of unseen, amazing forces and information here that is bringing you in to this new cycle. There's a lot of things at the moment where people have really made quite a turn. Or there's been new information coming through. When I speak of that, and I do a lot, it is new information comes through in many ways. Not only from your own guidance system, but from things that are happening around you as well. It's really beautiful, Cancer. It's really beautiful because as I see that ace just behind you, you have seen that gift and you're working with it. And it's giving you a lot of reason to enjoy others and celebrate. And within that, blast off on this amazing creative sort of dance. I mean, it's really quite amazing. Let's just get some clarifiers here. What I'm interested in. Let's see. What are we interested in here, Cancer? Can we look at the World card, please, as the central point? Yeah, this has been building up. This has been building up. We have the Two of Discs. Keeping balance in a time that is moving, in a time that is chaotic. We're also, we're kind of, we're easing our way into this. We're easing our way into a new cycle. We're easing our way. We're getting more comfortable with the information that the amazing Hierophant is offering us. And the beautiful thing is that balance is a major part in this reading. So we're holding it. We're holding it together here. Maybe one more clarifying card. Princess of Wands bursting through some self-imposed old limitations, I would imagine. Wow, we get quite a few. Oh, maybe it's a few too many. Complicated. We're venturing. Oh, look, it pretty much. This is pretty nice. Look, we start here and I'll read them as they came out. The Four of Cups. We get used to offerings that come in a certain form that we understand, that we recognize in everyday life. Something in this, like the offering, you have seen, you have recognized, you've recognized it through your sheerly, I don't think that's the word, purely through your own guidance system. You've recognized it. What's that allowed you? An elevation is allowed you, is given you, is you've given it to yourself too, remember. The Queen of Wands, the Princess. We've elevated here through this process, do you see? Wow, it's pretty fantastic. We then get the Page of Swords, ascertaining power play. We're in a position to be able to do that because we are elevated to queendom here. And the Queen of Wands, she's sitting on her throne. She purified herself through fire and sheer will and passion. We ascertain the dynamics of power. We see that our position is very strong, and because of that, with the six, another card of balance, we move into this new cycle. So we're moving. We're going to calmer waters. We've really been through quite something here. We've been through some, I would suggest, internal journey to come to this point. This is pretty beautiful. Wow, it sure is. And on the top of the deck, we get Justice. Natural law always plays out, my friends. Now, let's get a journey map card for you lovely Cancers. We'll then get a pixie and fairy because they're quite light-hearted. And then a little star card. What can you tell us as just a general ending to this beautiful Cancerian reading, my friends? Now, we get the little maiden with her hourglass, sands in the hourglass. Those were the days of our lives. Do you remember that one? We get the maiden. This is a beautiful card which will tell you that this time of transition, of you're moving into a new phase. You're moving into a new time. And the old time is part of your history, but will never return. This is is part of your memory bank, of course. But this is a whole new decade, a whole new epoch. The maiden understands that because she sits in this zone. It's a prepubescent card. It's knowing that there are these big changes and transformations coming through. And it's a very quiet time. And that's okay. And in that time, there's a sort of a very quiet excitement, because we know life will bring on all these new amazing things. That's with the Maiden. I love that card because it is the pre-pubescent, that time of when there's so many changes, and the way that you see and your perspective changes, and you see new things and you feel new things. Whew. Wow. Cancer, that's all I can say. It's pretty fantastic. I get a whole bunch of these guys coming out. But one face up, we get the card of celebration again with the Three of Cups here in the current position, realizing your position and new realizations. We get the collective of pixies. They're celebrating, they're supporting their friends, they're elevating each other. As we, Cancer, head into this whole new cycle that's beginning, that started with this new information from the Hierophant, spiritual information. If it's more sort of intuitive information, that makes more sense for you. Emotional information, it's all kind of connected. But it is the beginning of a whole new phase. I love that. And just one star card, please, for lovely Cancer today. One just flew out. Trust your perspective, Cancer. You are conscious. I think that's beautiful. Trust your perspective. You are conscious. And that's exactly what you're doing by following your internal guidance. Excuse me. Thank you so much for joining me, Cancers out there at the Lightroom Forecast. Please do like, share and subscribe. It helps me to keep this evolving and developing here. Tune into, if you so wish, to the Time and Tides reading, collective global reading for this beautiful full moon in Virgo, which will be up in a couple of days. But thanks so much. Enjoy your week, lovely water babies. Enjoy this build up to what appears to be lovely healing and creative full moon time. Okay, my friends. Cheerio now. Bye. Bye.